I know everybody probably just clicked on this video because of that title. That title is probably bringing a huge what the fuck to everybody right now. Just like how that Hide habit, or the trait he was showing that I pointed out in the video last week. There was some spoilers, and the chapter kind of is out, but in a different language for Tokyo Ghoul, Chapter 53. And the chapter that's untranslated at this moment, but it is in another language. The chapter shows a psychological event. For instance, focusing around Heise and Kaneki. And with this, overall progression of the chapter in Chapter 53, you see a scene to where a woman, looks like a mother, is abusing this little child, a boy. And I just want to say real quick, many, when they probably look at that page, they're going to look at it and think like, it's the aunt. Because we have heard about Kaneki's past. The reason why the torture happened, or why Kaneki started spiraling down into tragedy, was because of his mother, and also how his mother made Kaneki like he was. How he was weak, how he viewed the world, and how he couldn't make decisions, and that's pretty much what led to the death of his mother. And then you have it to where Kaneki, because he was being exactly like his mother, eventually he threw that away, and then he became, like white-haired Kaneki, and we saw that in the later half of Part 1 of Tokyo Ghoul. Well, here's the thing. We come to find out that with what we got with the Chapter 53, it's not translated right now, but you can tell, because I have evidence to support this. I'll show it on the screen. Here is the woman abusing her child. Now, if you look closely, this entire panel takes place on Chapter 53 when Heise is talking with Kaneki. Like, there's this entire dialogue or, going on between these two, and then you see it to where, Kaneki's going to be making a revelation of where he comes back. Well, with that, you have it to where we see this panel. And this panel, that is obviously someone from Kaneki's past. Now, majority would key in and think, like, that's his aunt, because we've heard a lot about Kaneki's aunt, how his aunt was awful to him, abused him, or just didn't treat him right at all. Not even like a human being, almost. And we've heard about this, and that's common knowledge of Tokyo Ghoul. We know about Kaneki's aunt. Well, and we've always heard about the kindness, or the sweet, kind-hearted mother that Kaneki loved. He loved that mother. And then we see this panel. And then it makes your eyes open up. You ready for me to just blow your mind? Look at this panel. Just look at the panel. Look at little Kaneki. What is he doing? What is he doing with his hand? Look closely. Look at the dialogue that's being said. Look at it. Now, that was at the end of Part 1 of Tokyo Ghoul. Here is how the aunt looks, the aunt of Kaneki's, and this is how the mother looks in the manga. And then look at, once again, the page that we were shown in Tokyo Ghoul Chapter 53. Tokyo Ghoul Chapter 53. See that page? See the character? That's obviously Kaneki's mother. You want to know why this is fucked up? What's fucked up about this, if that really is? That means that what we have heard about Kaneki's mother is a lie. But it's not just that. It's deeper than that. The way Kaneki talked about his mother, the way he thought his mother was, that was his ideal mother. You want to hear why this is sad? Just because it's his ideal mother? His mother abused him. We know his aunt abused him. For his mother to abuse him, and then we hear these sweet stories about her, there's a reason for this. Probably because of Kaneki, as a child, having his own mother hurt him. not wanting him to have hope, and just probably neglecting him, not caring for him. And then you see how his aunt treated him. I think Kaneki acting like he did, like how he looks at his mother, it was probably a coping mechanism. The way for him to only be able to cope as a child, a young child, we know Kaneki was very young, for him to probably be able to cope as a child, he probably put this false image in his mind about his mother and envisioned his ideal mother, or how his mother was, how he wanted his mother to be, or a way how he kind of wanted to view his mother, instead of looking at this awful person that mistreated him his entire life. And the way for this was, he was looking at happier times to be able to cope with what his aunt currently does to him. For instance, as we know, Kaneki's aunt was mean to him, just straight up evil. And for Kaneki to deal with that time, he had to look at happier times. But he had no happier times, because his mother was probably even worse. His own mother was doing that to him, and even worse stuff. And then when you think about it like that, Kaneki put this false image in his mind for he could view his mother, for he could be happy. So he changed his own memories. He kind of tried to erase his memories and put an ideal self where he could cope. He was a young child, and he had to do that. That's fucked up. But you want to know what's even more fucked up about that? What's fucked up is the reason why Kaneki was weak, the reason why he acted like his ideal mother, was but thanks to his mother's abuse. Here's another thing we can look at this. If you have a parent that is bad, mistreats you, or they do something that is just unforgivable, for instance, what we're finding out about Kaneki's mother, usually the child doesn't want to repeat the same mistakes of their parent. For instance, like, let's say your parent did something very stupid, and you're like, I don't ever want to do this, and then you want to make sure you never repeat that same mistake when you grow up. That's what Kaneki wanted to do. So he changed himself. He didn't want to be like his mother. But then in the end, he did become like his mother. You want to know why? His mother abused him, put him down, didn't care for him. Let's look at the second half of Tokyo Ghoul. Kaneki broke. When he was getting tortured by Jason, we saw how Rize was talking about his mother, and Kaneki was having that internal monologue when he was talking to the hallucination, which was Rize, and we saw how, like, he was blaming his mother for why he was like he was. For instance, why he was weak, and why he does what he does. For instance, how he couldn't make decisions, different things like that. What really drove Kaneki-kun's character in the first half, and then also what drove him later on because of the changes he had to make. Here's the thing. With the changes he had to make, he became his mother. He became the very person he did not want to be. He became his parent. And you want to know why this makes a lot of sense and how this was foreshadowed, which is once again very beautiful by Ishida? The Black Goat's Egg. The first chapter, the first couple of chapters, and throughout the entirety of Tokyo Ghoul. And then just last chapter, chapter 52, we have a quote. Here's the thing. The Black Goat's Egg, as we know, the story, focuses around a mother that is a serial killer. This mother kills, and the son knows his mother is a serial killer, and he has to cope with it. But then he has these darker desires creeping up within him, and then eventually he becomes like his mother. Do you not see the correlation with Kaneki and his mother, and in this book? The Black Goat's Egg. Do you not see the correlation of that? That's fucked up. I cannot believe that. So the white-haired Kaneki is pretty much his mother. He became his mother. A person abused. Repeat the same mistakes. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. I'm sad. I'm fucking sad. I'm fucking sad. I'm done. You all have a wonderful day or not wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.